What's happening, beautiful people, and welcome back to another live stream right here on Cassius Morris Official. Some tragic news coming out of the United States in the world of rock and metal today, as we just got word from TMZ that Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley is currently on life support in the hospital. On today's stream, we're going to be taking a look at all the recent details about Ace Frehley, reading some of the rumors which have been going around online, and also taking a look at what actually led up to him being hospitalized in the first place. I do just want to say really quickly off the top, there's so many terrible rumors going around online. As of the time this is going live, October 16th at 3:37 p.m. Eastern, it is being reported by TMZ that Ace Frehley is alive. So I just want to go ahead and really make that clear. So we're going to read the details, and then we're going to look at some of these posts, which are actually making people sadly believe that Ace is no longer with us at the moment. So this is the report from TMZ, which came out roughly 20 minutes ago, right when I started this broadcast. And the report reads as follows: Ace Frehley, Kiss guitarist, on life support. Ace Frehley, the original lead guitarist for Kiss, is hospitalized on life support, and the prognosis is not good. This is what TMZ is reporting now. Sources familiar with Ace's situation tell us he suffered a brain bleed when he took a fall in his studio a couple weeks ago, forcing him to cancel his upcoming tour dates. So that was the last update that we had, is that Ace had a bunch of tour dates coming up. He had to cancel and take some time to rest up. So TMZ continues, but his health has not improved. We're told he's been on a ventilator for some time and hasn't gotten any better. Oh my gosh. So his family is considering turning off support, perhaps as soon as Thursday evening. Oh my gosh. Wow. Absolutely heartbreaking news here about Ace Frehley. We're going to keep reading. We have to get all the details, but that just really puts a damper on even talking about this. Again, this is hard to even talk about when the guy's going through it, but we are trying to bring the news to people as there are rumors circulating as well. So it says, while there are several social media posts indicating he's already passed, TMZ is told the 74-year-old guitar icon was still on the ventilator as of Thursday afternoon. So TMZ currently reporting, guys, and I'm going to open up my chat window so I can keep an eye on you guys' chats. But TMZ reporting that Ace is currently alive as we speak. Following Ace's fall, TMZ continues their report. Following the fall and subsequent cancellations, a September 25th statement on his official Instagram claimed he is fine, but against his wishes, his doctor insists that he refrains from travel at this time. So let's take a look at this update here. For anybody just joining, Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley is currently on life support in the hospital and on a ventilator as he is in serious condition after a fall where he suffered a brain bleed. This led to the cancellation of his upcoming tour dates and concert appearances, and has now, I guess, led him to be in critical condition in the hospital. So absolutely heartbreaking news here coming in the world of rock and metal, like I said. So this has been going on, I guess, for the last couple of weeks. The statement here from Ace's camp at that time, 2 weeks ago, says, "Dear rock soldiers, Ace had a minor fall in his studio, resulting in a trip to the hospital. He is fine, but against his wishes, his doctor insists that he refrain from travel at this time. As a result, he is forced to cancel his performance at the Antelope Valley Fair in Lancaster, California. Please go to the fair to support Quiet Riot, and Ace looks forward to continuing on his next tour and working on his next album." That's what the last statement said. So TMZ basically reports that things are looking really quite serious for Ace. And I got to tell you guys, it's really hard for me to know how to react to a situation like this. This is just such a tragic story. We are going to continue looking at updates and seeing what people have in way of, news tidbits or things that we can grasp onto to keep people updated on this story, but most of all, keep people updated on Ace's health and how he's actually doing. I have reached out to Ace's official representatives for comment at this time, and as of this recording, when I'm live, I've currently not received any contact back from Ace's representatives, but we are going to take a couple of callers on this live stream, guys. And hopefully we can get one of Ace's reps to actually call back and give us an update about this. So very sad. Now, what's really confusing me is the fact that we're seeing posts from pretty high-level people in the world of rock, from musicians to highly respected music journalists, or I guess respected by someone, not necessarily by me. We're seeing posts here, for example, from Maynard James Keenan. He posts himself here in Ace Frehley's makeup, and the caption says, "Godspeed, Ace." That is what we saw here posted by Maynard James Keenan. A post from a popular music journalist here says, "Ace, thank you for the music and memories. God bless." With other posts on the account alluding to the fact that Ace is no longer with us. Now, there was something on Reddit as well that I saw, which we're going to go ahead and take a look at. Obviously, oh, great. I look up Kiss on Reddit, and it puts you a bunch of crazy stuff. I'm looking for Kiss the band, you depraved animals. Reddit is a very horny application. So here we go on Reddit. This is where we saw some of the other posts about Ace. This person says that Ricky Rocket made a post about it. Somebody had put a photo up, but Ricky Rocket from Poison had also put up a post that we're going to find to back this up, but saying that Ace had been rumored to have passed away last night, and the family wasn't revealing it yet. Let me see if I can find the Ricky Rocket post. We're going to do a little bit of live investigative journalism. Shout out to Hirsch in the chat. He says, "My sources at Fox are working hard to get more information." Hirsch, if you want to call in too, hit me on Instagram. I'd love to have you call in. We are going to take a couple of callers, guys. So if anybody has information about Ace Frehley, if anybody has tips, if they know what's happening with Ace, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, CassiusMorris_. We are going to take a couple of calls to speak on this. But we're going to do a little bit of live investigative journalism. I literally was out, and I decided to come home to deal with this story and to jump on and really to try to figure it out with you guys. Because, I mean, again, I heard this story when I was driving around, and I said, there's no way. There's absolutely no chance in hell. And maybe I'm in denial. I see in the chat these guys aren't getting any younger. That's true. That's a very true statement. I'm getting more tips as we speak here, so let me go ahead and take a look on Instagram. CassiusMorris_ on Instagram. Yeah, Ricky Rocket. Here's the actual post. Shout out to my guy, Youth Among Us, in the chat, hooking me up with the sources. So this is the post here from Ricky Rocket, which says, "I'm hearing rumors of Ace Frehley's passing just an hour or so ago. I hope not." That's what Ricky Rocket from Poison put up on X. Then he added a comment under it, which says, "My understanding is that he passed and the family has not released any press yet." So I'll just let you guys get a good look at that. The comment under it as well. Oh, man. This is awful, guys. This is really, really awful. Look, I hadn't even done a story about Ace falling or getting injured because I figured he would be fine. That was really what I felt. I was like, look, Ace is, he's never been known for being the most coordinated guy in the world. Ace is going to fall. Ace is going to have a little mishaps. It's not that big of a deal. I figured he would be back up on his feet in fighting shape, ready to rock and roll within a couple of days. I mean, I figured Ace would be fine. Again, I understand that we're not talking about high school students here. We're not talking about people who are necessarily that young and able to bounce back that fast. But in my mind, I was like, Ace is going to be fine. And look, we just saw the thing with Gene the other day when he got in the car crash. So at the end of the day, Gene bounced back. He was okay. I figured we'd expect the same for Ace. And the other thing, too, is that the actual update from Ace's team really didn't sound that dire. It really didn't sound that bad. They're like, oh, Ace is fine. He wants to get back out on the road. We're going to play it safe. But that's really that. He's okay. I see in the chat, all these rock legends are passing away. Who are the upcoming icon legends for the next generation? I think there's some. I think Wolfgang Van Halen is definitely going to help carry the torch. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I like Youngblood. I think he could have a place, so I think there's lots of people who could carry the torch coming soon. I see in the chat, per a source close to him, he has passed. Oh, man, come on. Don't tell me that. I mean, we're going to keep searching. We're going to keep looking for updates as we speak, guys. This is still a developing story, so I mean, the way I open the stream could definitely be different than the way I end the stream, sadly. But so far, all the updates that we're seeing, I mean, I'll look with you guys. I don't have to look on just my phone. All the updates we're seeing so far are still alleging that Ace is alive. But again, we don't know who exactly the source is for these stories because we're hearing conflicting things. We're hearing that he may have passed away yesterday and they're not telling us. God damn, this sucks, man. This really, really sucks. Like, either way. I mean, I pray that he makes it, but even just being injured like this, man, this is terrible. You know, it's hard for me to just do the journalism thing when I'm talking about one of my childhood icons here, like a dude who I've always really looked up to, man. I love Ace. I mean, Ace is an incredible artist. Ace is a friend of this show. He's taken the time to call in and sit down with me and chat. He's a really selfless, nice man. He's just a nice guy. You know, people talk a lot of shit about Ace, but he's a nice guy. For all the stories that people could tell or all the criticisms, whatever. Ace is Ace, man. I'm going to speak of him as if he's still here because that's the update I have. Ace is Ace. That's why he wrote No Regrets. Because Ace Frehley, whether you like him or not, he is who he is. Yeah, we just talked about him calling in again. That's right, youth. It was told to me by someone who was on tour with him, I'm seeing in the chat, that he's no longer with us. I also did see some stuff on X, guys. I want to see if I can find the stuff that I found on X about this. For anybody just joining, we have gotten official confirmation that KISS guitarist Ace Frehley is on life support currently in hospital, and the prognosis is not looking good. We have another tip here from X. Again, all unverified, guys. This is investigative journalism live, so you guys are seeing the process that I would typically go through behind the scenes before bringing you the story. This is how we find tips. This is how we vet. So I'm not bringing you these updates or these little anecdotes online saying this is the official story. I'm just letting you guys in on the process of the investigative journalism, okay? So this is what we're doing. This is a bit of a different stream, unorthodox stream. So this one here is from X-user That Demonoid. It says, a text from a friend that says, Ace passed, his guitar tech told my dad. Again, completely unsubstantiated, guys. We're not going to run with this story. We're not going to say that this is exactly what's happened. But many different sources, many different people claiming that folks who are close to Ace, folks who are actually in the know with Ace, are confirming that he's passed away. Now, on top of that, we did have the post that we showed earlier in the stream of Maynard James Keenan saying that Ace passed away, essentially confirming it by posting a photo of himself in Ace's makeup. And then also we had Ricky Rocket right? Ricky Rocket here, who I got the tip on Instagram, saying that he heard not only that Ace passed away, but that Ace passed away yesterday and that they haven't told us yet. And look, I was talking about this on stream the other day. We're live on stream pretty much every day on this channel. I was talking about Jordan Peterson being ill, and I just can't imagine the stress it must put on the family to be trying to deal with this, to be trying to make sure their loved one is okay, but then to also have the responsibility of the public around them, to also have the responsibility of the general population, of their fans, to try to, to try to deal with this, because they do sort of have a duty to let people know. Like, you do have a duty to let the fans know. And I think it would be nice if Ace's people could post an update, but like I'm saying, this is such a hard thing that I don't think we as fans realize. Like, they're not rushing to post an update right now because they're losing potentially their loved one, their friend. Like, this isn't a guy they're a fan of. This is their employer. This is their loved one. So it's tough for them when they have to go through making sure he's okay, but also updating us. I'm seeing in the chat, let me see. I texted Pepe Castro. He knows Ace since he was 13 and said he heard the same thing, that they pulled the plug on him. I'm reading in the chat. God damn. Tool members and Jason Green have confirmed he's passed away in the chat. What does it say about Eddie Trunk? Has Gene made a comment? No, Gene hasn't made a comment, Diane. Well, we're going to keep checking for Gene's comment. Pop says, Eddie Trunk said he's not dead yet. He's live on air now and they're best friends. How can I listen to Eddie right now? I don't have Sirius right now. I would like to get the comment from Eddie Trunk. Maybe if Eddie could post. I don't know if I could DM him right now. Or should I call his show? I mean, I don't know how it works. Is there a call-in number for Eddie Trunk? Can I call in and try to talk to him there? Call in Eddie Trunk? I mean, I guess we could try it. Are we going to do a collab with Eddie Trunk right now? Is that what we're doing? Eddie's a liar? Why is Eddie a liar? For anybody who's just joining, we're trying to figure out what's going on with Ace Frehley. We have heard that, we've heard all kinds of things. We've heard that he's potentially passed away. The official story from TMZ is that he is on life support and alive. So I just want to tell you guys again, regardless of hearsay, regardless of different sources we're seeing online, we have to keep in mind, guys, that Ace Frehley is alive. There's no official source telling us right now, news-wise, that Eddie Trunk's alive. But Ace Frehley, there's no source telling us that he is not alive at this time. Let me see if I can call into Trunk. I might just have to pay for it. Fuck it. I'll pay for it out of pocket. We're calling America. Mom, I'm going big time, Mama. We're calling America. We're getting on a radio show in the States to talk to Eddie Trunk, to try to figure out what's happening with Ace Frehley. Let's talk to Eddie. They're busy. We'll give him like 2 more rings. Of course he's going to be busy. It's a fucking... One more. We'll call him one more time. If not, then we're going to figure out other ways to get updated. All right. The Eddie Trunk show is busy. So, guys, in the meantime, we're going to continue our investigative journalism as we speak. We're going to keep looking at Gene Simmons' pages. We're going to keep looking at everybody's page. But, guys, again, I don't think we're going to be seeing super fast updates from people like Gene or like Paul, because they're just getting this information. You know, this is not something that they're going to want to run to us with. If something's happening with Ace, You know, I would imagine they're trying to be there for Ace and be there for his family without actually running to social media. Crazy though, man. I'm upset about it though, for sure. Like, this sucks, dude. And again, it's like I said with the Aussie coverage. It's not like anybody thinks these guys are going to live forever. Like, we're not children here. We don't think anybody's immortal. We don't think anybody's necessarily superhuman. But it's just a different feeling. And a lot of people don't get the connection with music artists like we do. You know, like, people like you and I, we get what it's like to be connected to an artist because they've always been there. You know, that's the way I would most, accurately explain the love for musicians from fan to musician to somebody who doesn't get it. Like, a guy like Ace in our lives has always been there. It's been our family, our friends, the people we know. And then Gene, Paul, and Ace. And it sounds crazy. I understand if you're not involved in like music, it sounds crazy to be like, you didn't know Ozzy, you didn't know Ace. But it feels like you know them because they've been there your whole life. You know, I was thinking about it just the other day. Like, I was listening to Ozzy in the first grade. Even though I'm from a different generation from you, most of the people watching, I still grew up on it just like you did. So I understand what it's like to know these guys from that age. I've been an Ace Frehley fan since I was 5 years old, just like most of the people who were around when Kiss Alive came out, or Love Gun came out, or the Double Platinum came out. What do they know about Double Platinum? They didn't think I knew about Double Platinum, did they? But I do, so I have all the same memories. You know, I remember getting the Ace Frehley wristband, and I was so young that I called him Ace Frehley. That's what I thought his name was, Ace Frehley. So if you don't get those memories, you're never going to relate. It says, yeah, we're going to try to get through to Eddie, guys. We're going to try to get through to Eddie. Let's see if we can take a call here. It says, Eddie Trunk just stated that he knew for the last 2 weeks that Ace was not doing well. He said he's aware of the Ace Frehley death rumors, but is yet to confirm it with a reliable source. That is the official breaking statement from Eddie Trunk, guys. Shout out to the Rock and Roll Experience on Instagram. So Eddie Trunk on his show just now did confirm he's aware of the rumors that Ace Frehley has passed away, but he's yet to confirm it with a reliable source. And Eddie has stated that he knew for the last 2 weeks that Ace is not doing well. So high-level people in Ace Frehley's life are aware of the rumors, guys. I have also reached out to one of Ace's road managers and handlers and a couple other people who are in the know, and they are not even opening my messages right now, which tells me that there is likely something going on. Again, we can only speculate so much, but I would imagine that the people who are around Ace right now are tied up. I wouldn't imagine that they're available at this moment. Let me see if I'm just gonna send one more message to someone just to see if they want to maybe call in. I'm just gonna see. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think is going on? I know a lot of people in the chat have been posting what they've seen, what they've heard about. Guys, as of now, Ace is not confirmed to have passed away. I'm really annoyed with these social media posts, by the way, saying he's dead without there being an actual update. And I'm trying to play devil's advocate. I understand that they're more worried about the real life that's happening. Like, I don't blame the family or his friends. The people I'm blaming are these people who are posting these updates without a source. Like Mitch LaFon. If you're going to post that Ace Frehley is dead, you need to post a source. You can't just be posting this when nobody else is reporting it. TMZ's not reporting it. Like, dude, you got to put a source up. This journalism 101. You're supposed to know this by now. You've been doing this for how long, Mitch? You got to post a source. You can't post Ace Frehley's dead when there's no report saying so. That's completely irresponsible. Same with Maynard James Keenan. Like, why? You're just going to say somebody's dead and everybody's just sitting here wondering? But that's really pissing me off with Mitch. I should call Mitch. Mitch, you want to be on the show? Do I have Mitch's number? Someone tell Mitch to call me. We got to have him on. But this is bullshit, dude. You can't be posting stuff like this with no source. Because now you got everybody else running around wondering what's going on. That's why I reached out to Ace's team myself. Here's the message I sent to Ace's main guy. I said, hey, could I get a comment from you about Ace? There's a lot of confusion going on out here. A lot of confusion going on out here, guys. So what are we doing? You know, we're seeing all these different posts. Let's take some callers. Let's see what's happening. Let's see what's going on here. But yeah, guys, we're going to stay on until we figure out what's happening. Prayers for Ace, 100% foam. Prayers to Ace. Everybody out there, it's not a religious thing. Just send good vibes to Ace Frehley, guys. The number one thing that we need to do right now is send good vibes his way and pray for the best, man. We're seeing an update here as well in the chat. Pop says, Eddie said it's terminal, so they're waiting on the family to make the call. If anyone knows, Eddie Trunk would know. Wow. I'm stunned. I'm really stunned. Listen, for the first time, I might be speechless, guys. I don't know who leaked this information or who's, you know, obviously there's things going on here and people are speaking too soon. So it's getting under my skin. Because in the weirdest way, I almost feel protective of this guy. Like, I love this guy and I want him to be handled with dignity and respect. Imagine how you would feel if people are saying you're dead when you're not dead. Like, that's so fucked up, man. Like, what's the hurry? Like, what the fuck, dude? What's the hurry to report such terrible news to get likes and clicks? That's why I didn't go on this and say Ace Frehley passed away. Who am I to sit here and say he's passed away with no official source like these other journalists? That shit's getting me under my collar, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Absolutely pathetic journalism. So let's see what we have here. Let's go ahead and take a call. We'll talk to some fans. If you guys want to call me, Cassius Morris _ on Instagram is where you can find me to call in. We're going to take a couple of calls. It says, Trunk ended his live stream show a couple minutes ago and was clearly choked up, but never confirmed anything about Ace. Another tip here in the chat says, rock ambassadors are reporting it. So I'm going to take a look at that. Guys, I appreciate anybody who is sending in tips as we're trying to figure it out. And like I told you, man, this is a total behind the scenes type of stream of the stuff that I would typically pull up before bringing you guys the story. But this is such a pressing story, we had to bring it. So Rock Ambassadors Media on Facebook is also reporting that Ace Frehley has passed away. So again, this is based on what source? I'm not sure. And I'm getting really aggravated. I need to get somebody on the phone who's posting this. I mean, this is really, really bothering me now. Am I overreacting, guys? Or do you feel like it's important to make sure. Maybe I'm overreacting. What's happening, brother?
Brother, we're all in this together right now. It's really unfortunate news, and I think you've been really hitting it on the head here. There's a lot of stuff going around that we don't want to hear.
I know. Well, I mean, the first stuff that we're seeing is again all these posts claiming that Ace is dead before it's actually confirmed. I mean, as a fan, first of all, just really quick, how long have you been a Kiss fan?
Oh man, I've been a Kiss fan for probably about at least 23 years now. When I was about 3 or 4, we were watching Kiss, about Psycho Circus era. We were pretending we were Kiss. We were playing drums, air guitar, all that type of stuff, getting dressed up in Kiss makeup. So like, it's been a part of my life ever since I could remember. So to really be at this part of my life and see a lot of the huge idols that we all look up to, unfortunately, being lost is huge. And I think there's an insane amount of disrespect right now with people posting, people saying they know when it hasn't been confirmed, and it's overwhelming, really.
Yeah, so 23 years you've been a fan, and I completely agree, man. This is my boy Youth Among Us, by the way. For anybody who's into rock and roll music, this is one of the, you asked me who's going to be the next rising star. We've got him on the phone now, one of my closest sources when it comes to Kiss. So, I mean, what is your gut telling you, Youth? Do you feel like these people who are reporting, because, I mean, Maynard James Keenan, Ricky Rocket, these are high-level people in the rock music business. Do you feel like they may know something that we don't know, or do you worry that this could be misinformation spreading around from all different sources?
Well, first off, thank you for the praise, man. I appreciate it. As someone trying to come up in this industry just like yourself, you're doing a bang up job, and I'm just trying to get there off of what you've shown me. But what I'd like to say is, it sounds like there has been some information that may have gotten out too early, and they had to backpedal, is what it seems to be going on here. Where TMZ instantly come out with the information about his brain bleeds, it sounds like someone's playing catch up here, and it's unfortunate, because you would want to give this moment. If this was a member of your family, you would want to give them the respect. You wouldn't feel great if people were posting about your family that had passed before you even had the moment.
Right.
So I don't know how these big name artists have got this information. Obviously, some of them are in direct contact, but it is, I think it's insanely, it's not insanely business etiquette to be posting like this, and especially at a time where it hits this hard. Like, wouldn't you want to honor and respect the legacy that Ace put out, and wouldn't you want to put the best thoughts and feelings forward rather than immediately go for that clickbait title, immediately get the big name headline? Like, show some respect to the dude that just lived rock and roll for that long.
Oh man, I completely agree, and it's like I feel so like I'm in a weird state to be on the air right now, because my blood is genuinely boiling. Like, when we're on the air, I'll get mad, and I'll say I'm angry about things, and it can be, there's a performance element there. Today I'm genuinely, I'm pissed, because and maybe I'm pissed even at the people who are spreading the misinformation more than the people posting it. Like, if somebody is telling Maynard James Keenan that Ace has passed away and it's not true, I mean, who do we blame? Do we blame Maynard, or do we blame the person telling him, even though Maynard is the one posting it, right?
Right, yeah. Where it's hard is where people obviously do care. It's no secret that everybody loves and cares about Ace, no matter what is going on in the rock world right now, no matter what their capabilities are, anything like that. You're never going to look at this from a negative perspective when it comes to loss. But at the same time, like, I'm not sure if I'm 100% correct in this, but I think Ricky Rocket had played on some of Ace's solo stuff. Maybe I'm wrong there. So, like, for somebody to be that close and to be posting this stuff is totally, it almost crosses the line, as I said, where you wouldn't want to find out that your family had passed away over a Facebook status. Like that comes at total disrespect.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it almost seems like a status thing as well. Like to go out there and be like, I was the first person to post about Ace. I may have heard something and the rumor got out. Like, and I'm seeing in the chat people appreciate that I'm not doing that. And I appreciate you guys for not falling for that, because who wants to do that? Who wants to be the guy? That to me is what's disgusting about it, brother, is that people are in a rush to try to capitalize on this whole situation. So, I guess, what are your thoughts in general other than that about this whole scenario, and what sorts of feelings is this bringing up for you as a lifelong fan?
Well, this is obviously upsetting because I am a huge Ace influenced me to pick the guitar up in the first place, man. And I might not be known for always playing guitar, but whenever I do pick up a guitar, I think of him. So that hits pretty fucking hard. And secondly, like, it makes me wonder, because if this is coming out like this and information is being leaked this early like this, what's it mean for the future going forward with other events? How is information going to be displayed, or fraudulent information going to be displayed? Like, it brings up so many questions when really we should be coming together over this rather than making it about ourselves.
Without question. I think about all the stuff that's going to spread too here soon. I mean, what we saw with Ozzy, the AI images, and just all of these ridiculous videos and these pictures come to life. I do think the internet is changing the way we react to this, and we're almost viewing these guys as more of caricatures of themselves rather than actual people.
Absolutely, man. We get so attracted and attached to what we're putting out there for an image that I don't think we really think about how much we are really putting out there, or what exactly we're giving to people when we put out there. And like, really, what comes to me the first off in mind is how hard is this going to affect? I know Kiss had plans to do this cruise. How upset do you think they are right now with the past beefs or anything from the past where they didn't, I'm not going to say capitalize being the right word, but at least give the benefit of the doubt when they had the chance? There's been a lot of feuds. There's been a lot of back and forth between Kiss members. And how upset are they going to be that they didn't take the opportunity when now they're faced with a situation like this?
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking as well. Before I add to that, I just want to let anybody who's just joining know that we are covering the fact that Ace Frehley is currently on life support. Ace Frehley, as per official reports, has not passed away. He's still with us. He is currently on a ventilator, on life support, with unofficial rumors swirling that he has passed away. I want to make that incredibly clear for anybody. We're not stating that Ace is dead. We are stating that he is currently on life support right now. So, youth, I mean, where do we go with this? We have Ozzy, who just passed away. We have Gene, who just got in the car crash. We have Ace now on life support. I mean, what does this mean, as a young rocker yourself? We even had people in the chat talking about the future of the space. How does this make you feel in terms of grabbing the torch for years to come?
Well, it's a huge honor to even be mentioned in that sentence, to be real with you, so thank you. But at the same time, I think that we really got to push harder to keep rock and roll alive. We really do, especially in a time where it may not be as prevalent. It's still very much enjoyed. There's still a huge fan base. There's still a huge space for it to be at the top of its game, as Kiss would say. So we just got to keep dedicating ourselves to the things we love and think about the ones that are important to you, and really show and embrace how important they are every single day.
Couldn't have said it better myself, brother. Well, listen, thank you so much for calling in. We're going to keep taking a look at all these updates. And, if you see anything, feel free to send it to me. And let's just keep our prayers up, bro. Again, it's beyond religion, but beyond anything like that. We all just got to send some good vibes over to Ace right now, dude. And this would, hopefully that can help in some way.
Thank you so much, man. It's really heartbreaking how fast this had crept up from just a fall to a cancellation to an entire cancellation and now potentially fatal. So take your loved ones, tell them they're important to you, tell them that you love them, and don't take a single day for granted because every day is important.
Youth Among Us, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
Peace, brother. Thank you.
That's Youth Among Us calling in. Talented up-and-coming musician out of Nova Scotia, Canada. Make sure to go and check him out. Yeah, guys, Ace is alive. Somebody says, who was in a car crash? Gene Simmons was just in a serious car crash within days of Ace getting into the hospital. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a tough time for everybody in the world of rock, but especially Kiss fans. I'm going to keep taking a look at all the recent updates, guys. So recent posts about Ace Frehley. Let's see what we got here. We're still seeing that he's just on life support, so that may be the extent of the update here, but we're just going to keep digging. And I want to talk about Ace and stuff, but it's really... I don't want to talk about him like he's not here. You know, I don't want to talk about him like he's not here. Things are getting weird, though. We're taking a look at Reddit on the mega thread to see what they have to say. So, a lot of people talking about Eddie Trunk being on air. Eddie's on air basically saying he wants to say something but doesn't want to be the first one. It's heartbreaking to hear him in tears on the air. So Eddie Trunk apparently in tears on the radio. Oh my gosh. So this doesn't sound good at all, guys. Let me see if I can try to get through to Eddie. I'm not sure if... I mean, I have his number, but I don't call these guys. Like, I don't know them on a personal basis like that. It's a business thing. So I'm not just going to call Eddie Trunk. Like, that's just inappropriate. That's why these guys trust me with their numbers in the first place, is because I don't do stuff like that. So, it feels inappropriate. So I'm not going to do it. We're going to give them a little bit of time, guys. I think is what we're going to do. I don't think Gene Simmons is posted on X. Again, everybody responding to Mitch. And it's nothing personal, but I'm just looking at this like, wow, this guy posting it. Everybody in the responses, there's no credible sources. You'd do the classy thing and wait for an official announcement, wouldn't you, says this guy. Text him? I could text him. Man, this is just so confusing. You can't just, put out all this information and then not elaborate, man. People care about this guy. People care about how Ace is doing. This is not really a joking matter, man. This isn't a light matter. This is a matter to be taken very seriously. So Gene Simmons posting on X, just a regular post about the house he's trying to sell. So Gene doesn't seem concerned at all. Gene doesn't seem concerned in the slightest about this. Let's see what we can find, guys. Let's see what we can find. We're hunting for updates on Ace Frehley. I mean, we're going to see what we can have here. See what sorts of updates we can look at. This guy here was live.
The News Watch never stops. You give us 22 minutes. We'll give you
All right. See your comments, and see it on the side there. So let's send positive vibes to Aces.
Wow. I guess I'm one of the first people reporting on this too, guys. So like I'm trying to find sources and I realize I am the source. So that's why everybody's here looking at me. So it's my job to find more updates. Son of a bitch, man. I got an update from somebody over at Fox. They say, once I'm done writing for the 6, I'll call in. Amazing. I tell them we're ready. Beautiful. So there we go. We have some different sources calling in. Somebody said Paul won't be too upset. Who said that? Don't say that, Missy. That's horrible. Paul won't be too upset. Someone says Mitch LaFon did not report that he died. He just said Godspeed and posted a photo. Well, what's that supposed to mean then? What is this supposed to mean? Thank you for the music and memories. God bless. Or did he go to the next room to grab a soda? I mean, where's he going? Why does God need to bless him? I mean, come on, man. Look, here's the thing I've learned, and I appreciate your comment there, Kit, but here's the thing I've learned about, you know, at this age, everybody knows what they're doing, bro. We give people the benefit of the doubt too much. We're grown men. Everybody knows what they're doing. They really, really do. So, guys, we may have to just hang on for a little while. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the update is. I don't know what to say. Jason Green posted RIP. Who's Jason Green? Am I supposed to know who that is? Jason Green, digital creator. Where'd he post that at? I don't know, guys. But it's brutal. Look, I applaud the fact that Ace has been working so hard. You know, I was thinking about it too. The fact that Ace is in the studio at the age of 74. Like, to even have a fall in your studio, that's pretty remarkable. When it comes to, like, just showing the hunger to work. And that's what I talked about on a recent stream as well about Ace, is that the hunger for him to still be out there working, making music, doing press, doing interviews, being on the road. I mean, this guy just never quits. And that's something that I respect so much. This guy just never, ever quits. He keeps going at all times. So we're going to go back over just the initial statement really quick. So here's the initial thing for anybody who has just joined or who missed the first couple of minutes of the live stream. We're just going to read the TMZ story here because this is an official story that we can actually take a look at. This is not hearsay. This is officially confirmed by Ace's people. So let's go ahead and just go over the details one more time as a little refresher. So TMZ reports that Ace Frehley, the original lead guitarist for Kiss, is hospitalized on life support, and the prognosis is not good. Sources familiar with Ace's situation tell TMZ he suffered a brain bleed when he took a fall in his studio a couple weeks ago, forcing him to cancel his upcoming tour dates, but his health has not improved. We're told he's been on a ventilator for some time and hasn't gotten better. So his family is considering turning off support, perhaps as soon as Thursday evening. And this is being broadcasted currently on Thursday evening. While there are several social media posts indicating he's already passed, we're told the 74-year-old guitar icon was still on the ventilator as of Thursday afternoon. Following Frehley's fall and subsequent cancellations, a September 25th statement on his official IG page claimed he's fine, but against his wishes, his doctor insists that he does refrain from travel at this time. A week later, a second statement was released stating simply, due to some ongoing medical issues, Ace has made the difficult decision to cancel the remainder of his 2025 tour dates. Interesting. Yeah, very, very sad. I mean, somebody said we should watch an Ace video. I feel like we should just watch an Ace video really quick. I mean, why not? I gotta lighten it up a little bit. I mean, this is such a heavy thing, guys, and I'm still in shock about it. I mean, it doesn't feel real to me in any sense of the word. You know, it's just very sad. And I do feel like, again, maybe it's kind of hitting me in a different way because they really made it sound like he was just kind of like kicking back, trying to recover, and he was fine. They didn't make it sound like this was such a serious injury that like he could actually, you know, you wouldn't have thought life support, you wouldn't have thought anything when they first put the updates on Ace's Instagram. You would have thought that he just kind of had a fall and he was fine. And that makes sense. I'm sure they didn't want to report that he had a brain bleed. Like, I'm sure they were probably hoping that he would be better. What does this say now? People are putting stuff. I appreciate everybody putting tips in the chat, guys. We're going to keep looking. So let's watch a little video. And, oh boy, here's a beautiful headline by Exclaim Magazine. They put Tommy Thayer. See that? Hey, shout out Lois. Shout out chat. Guys, it's not confirmed right now that Ace has passed away. Just to be completely crystal clear for the people who are curious. Ace is on life support, and apparently they're thinking about making a very challenging decision right now. Let's watch something that's going to make us happy for a couple seconds, and then we'll go back to the story.
I'm the trap player.
Now, I remember opening up for lots of bands that had half the equipment. Oh, I see there's a live human being over there. Half the equipment is right here in front of me. Wait a second.
God, I love that laugh, man. That laugh can bring you out of any funk, any bad mood. That laugh cures ailments. You understand me? Kissology 2, everybody. Who here has Kissology 2? I know you have Kissology 2 if you're watching this.
And we had this 6-foot logo, and this was way back in '74. And people just used to get very...
Why did I spend all that money? I spent all this money.
This is it. He goes up in the air. We're out of here. True confession time. Right? Huh? True confession time. Right? Exclusive on the Tom Snyder program. By waving back, I'd wave.
Gee, we're into telescopes.
He loves it. Hardest to make.
Guys, this was my first introduction to Kiss back when I was like 9, 10 years old. When I really decided to be a Kiss fan, I got Kissology 2. So I got some concerts in makeup, I got some concerts without makeup, and I got the Kiss Phantom of the Park movie. And this interview. So Kissology 2, that sent me off to the races. Like, the second I saw that video, it was over. I was a Kiss fanatic. They had the Australia stuff. This was my jam back in the day.
Well, this is not Ace. This isn't Ace. That's where the makeup comes in. I knew Gene outfit means, and I'll start with you, Ace.
Well,
That means a
I
cucumber.
think this outfit is self-explanatory. And, you know, I have my cape in.
But you're kind of like a spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a plumber.
On the side.
On the side. Look.
Hey, listen, I got a little piece of pipe backstage I'd like to have you work on.
Tell me about it.
Gene and Paul are pissed. This never gets old, dude. Yeah, Kiss in Australia, that was like Michael Jackson level fame. Like, Kiss in Australia in 79, right? 79, 80. That was like a level of, what do they call it? Kissteria. That was the Kissteria that we've never seen before. I'm seeing, let me see what the chat's saying. I want to read the chat more tonight because I haven't been reading it much on recent streams. If you guys like this stream, by the way, make sure to subscribe. I'm live almost every single day, here to talk with you guys. Eddie mentioned this. It says that he wanted to say it officially and they were waiting on Monique to arrive to make the decision. Okay, guys, so that's an exclusive update here. Shout out to Papa Dode for the updates. It sounds like he's listening to Eddie Trunk and he's giving us some updates as to what's happening. So as per Eddie Trunk, it's like a game of telephone because I didn't hear it, but I heard of it. But the update that we have is that Eddie is saying that Ace's daughter Monique is reportedly en route to make what he's calling the final decision for Ace Frehley, who is currently on life support. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. And it's scary how a fall can do something like this to you. You know, like a fall at that age, at 74. And like people mentioned, again, this is not in a negative sense that I bring this up, but just from a sense of practicality. You know, with the life that Ace has had, he's had such a rock and roll lifestyle that, you know, maybe it's harder for him, but it's hard for me to even think in those terms, man. Honestly, that's, you know, it's hard for me to even think like that right now. Because it just feels terrible to think about Ace in the past tense. It just feels terrible to think of. And this is really what it is when you see somebody from your childhood or somebody that you've respected, when you see them in a situation like this, it really does affect you differently. You know, I remember Joey Diaz put it perfectly. When Ozzy died, comedian Joey Diaz, of course, friend of the show, he talked about how he didn't really react to it when Ozzy passed away until he put on a Diary of a Madman in the car. Like 2-3 days later, and the second he put that album on, he just broke down crying. Because it really registered to him just like how much this music meant to him. And he made a statement that really, really blew me away, Uncle Joey. He said, at the time, that stupid music was all that was keeping me alive. And I thought just the way he phrased it was so perfect because, look, Kiss, they're making songs about sleeping with chicks, you know, rock and roll lifestyle, drinking liquor. It's cold gin time again. You know, the Kiss songs aren't solving the secrets of the universe here. And the beauty of it, though, is that nobody's claiming they are. They're just fun, in some cases, even goofy kind of songs that just make you feel better about life. And what that can do for a kid, man, it can save a kid's life. It can change a kid's life. It changed my life. I mean, this stuff kept me out of trouble as a kid, man. I still got into my fair share. But I probably get into more trouble now than I ever did as a kid. I was a pretty good kid, and I was raised on rock and roll. You know, the hard partying, hard drugging, hard drinking rock and rollers. But it's because I actually got to meet them, and I actually knew them. That's why, you know, because there's a difference between the way these guys act and the way they're portrayed. When you really meet these guys, they don't mess around. They're no nonsense. They're not drunk. They're professionals. So this stuff has a positive impact on people. And again, if you get it, you get it. There's a lot of people who don't get it. A lot of people don't get what it's like to grow up on music. And they don't really get artists, you know, being loved by their fans. So it's absolutely brutal. We're going to keep going back and forth to the Reddit page and to Facebook to try to see all the updates we have. We do have a Fox correspondent who's supposed to be calling in soon, so stay tuned for that. He's trying to get as many updates as he can. We also have reached out officially to Ace Frehley's camp. I've reached out to his official handlers, people who I do know, so I'm hoping that they will get back to me. Again, I know it's a sensitive time, and I'm not trying to intrude. The reason I'm actually trying to reach out at this point is because I think we actually need to figure out what's going on right now, because there's a lot of rumors running rampant right now. A lot of rumors out there, and we don't know what's happening. So I am uncomfortable with the fact that we don't know what's really going on, and people think Ace is dead. People think he's alive. We don't know what's happening. I think that's not okay. So hopefully one of us press people can just put it out there and clear it up. It's a matter of dignity. It's a matter of, you know, like, for a man to have his dignity. If a man is alive, we need to be praying for him. If a man is passed, then we need to start paying our respects. That's why I feel the way I feel. Like, we need to figure out what's happening right now. So there should be a post on Ace's official thing. Eddie Trunk should hopefully say something. Shout out to the chat, man. We got a lot of classic Kiss fans in the chat. A lot of people from my Facebook. I'm seeing the names. I'm taking it all in. And I love the fact that we're all here just trying to spread good vibes about Ace. I might as well just play some more of the video. It's getting a little Dr. Phil in here. Let's lighten the mood a bit.
You know, the gentleman in Kiss, George and Peter and Paul and Ace about... Oh, God! George? No. Go ahead.
A lot of people, you know, have so many preconceived notions about Kiss, but the greatest thing about the success we've got now is that we're basically free to do anything we want. Like this.
What are you doing?
He's rooting your teddy bear. I'm trying to make him a space bear.
The space bear. I forgot about the space bear.
In your office. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. This is about as close as I can get to it. The other time when I'm not on stage, I just...
Keeps it all level and keeps it all...
You know what I like?
The mother.
Yeah. See, because
We got to watch that one next. Look, it's rock and roll.
Let me tell you something.
What's it? Something in his head. I don't believe it. Because if it's good, for God's sake. That was for fun. Your house. That was for fun. Oh. A monster. Well, try this for fun. Man's violent, for heaven's sake. I can't be again. You're rude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All I know.
You can run around being a vampire. That's not...
Toys, that you were a toy or a game collector.
That's true.
Would you care to tell our audience what you were doing at 4 o'clock this morning?
No. I don't want to get arrested. Want to throw a bomb at me? That's not fun.
I don't want to get arrested. It's crazy. Man, fuck this. These guys need to live forever. Fuck this, man. I don't want to report on this, guys. I don't want this to be today's stream. This is not what I wanted the stream to be today. Not what I want to talk about. I'm pissed. Ace Frehley's a legend. He doesn't deserve this shit. I'm angry, man. Like, this is not what I want to be talking about, guys. God damn. Give me some Ace Frehley guitar solo right now. That's what I need. This is bullshit. Prayers for Ace. Drop an emoji in the chat. Drop a guitar emoji. Drop a prayer emoji. Drop a thunderbolt. For Ace Frehley. Dare I say, the most influential American guitar player of all time. Where's my... I don't even have sound effects. We're going to pull up a fucking sound effect for that one. The most influential American guitarist ever. We're not going down without a fight. This is Rally for Ace Frehley. We're not assuming anything, guys. We're rallying for Ace Frehley. And absolutely, those are big words I just said about him. But guess what? Name an American guitarist who more... Because guess what? I interview these guys. So every time I interview a legend who plays guitar, guess who they tell me influenced them to pick up a guitar in the first place? He's a man who goes by the name of Ace Frehley. When you really ask the guys, who made you pick up a guitar, they got one answer. So you can't dispute the answer of the people who are telling you. Joe Perry was influenced by Ace. I don't even think that's true. It just sounded right. It just sounded like I wanted to say that. But I think he was. I want to find that clip, too, of JJ French on my show. We'll play it in a second. Well, we got to see this, though. But JJ French is the one who said Ace is the most influential guitar player of all time from America. Face melting. Gene, don't sue me for this one, man. Just let me keep this episode up, please. We're rallying for Ace Frehley. Chat, we're rallying for Ace Frehley. Hit the like. Drop an emoji in the chat for Ace. Fuck a rumor. Fuck a fake journalist using Ace Frehley's name for clout. You guys make me sick to my stomach. You guys are despicable. To every single journalist reporting this, fuck you. There's zero confirmation. Zero credible sources to back up what you're saying, and you're still saying it. Look, every credible source, Ace Frehley is on life support. How could you sick animals put up an article saying Ace has passed away? It's a horrible thing to do. It's not journalistic integrity. Okay, let me see if I can find the clip of JJ French on my show talking about Ace. We're going to find some more updates next, but, you know, we're trying to put it all together, guys, one piece at a time here. Let me see if I can find that clip.
We were afraid.
I should have put it out.
Our era, you know, that was David Bowie, and you know, I mean, we did Zeppelin and all that stuff. We started out as a glam. I'll tell you an artist that had an enormous impact on me.
Okay.
Really big impact on me. So you go through the whole hippie period, and you got the Hendrix.
Yeah, we probably can't find it. But I still agree that Ace is the most influential American guitarist. For anybody who's just joining, we have been here covering today the tragic news that Ace Frehley, the founding guitarist of Kiss, is currently on life support after suffering a serious fall which caused a brain bleed. Now, apparently, Ace has been in the hospital on a ventilator in critical condition ever since this incident occurred. And it appears that now things have taken a really dire turn, and the family may be in a position to make a serious choice as soon as this evening. That is the report that we saw initially from TMZ. Oh, come on. Another article showing Tommy. Man, what is up with these reporters, dude? Who is hiring these reporters? You guys got to know I'm available, just so you know. You know, Yahoo News, all you platforms with these ridiculous publications, man, I am available to do things right. You really put a picture of Tommy Thayer on an article about the guy's life. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This is an easy mistake to avoid. I love the people who think that Ace was aging normally, and then he stopped aging and then went 20 years younger. Like, does that even look like Ace Frehley in 2025 to you? Disgraceful. But yeah, guys, I'm in a bad mood, so pardon my my grumpiness here. This stuff has me in a bad mood now. I don't like the back and forth with the fake reports. I don't like the fact that people are, you know, disrespecting this guy when he's in an unknown state. This is a guy who's given so much to us. He's a guy who's rocked so many people's lives, been the soundtrack to so many people's lives for so long, and people are not even having dignity in the moments where things are unclear. You know, I respect Eddie Trunk for showing dignity and saying, look, there's stuff going on right now, but I don't want to be the first person to say it. That's dignity and respect for somebody right there. That's exactly the way that you should treat someone that you call a friend or a colleague or somebody who's been there for you and done your show and done all these things for you. This is the way you should treat him. Just say, look, I've heard some things. I'm not in a position to comment, but since you're asking me, this is the situation at hand, and this is what I'm dealing with. So we're going to play this, folks, and we are going to be right back after a quick pause. So, guys, I did just check in with the source here. So we're checking in with sources, guys. We're trying to figure out what's happening with Ace Frehley of Kiss. We're going to play some more videos here soon. I mean, X is lighting up, social media is lighting up, but the consistent report that we're getting here is that Ace is still with us. Which I hope he is, man. I mean, obviously. I don't want to get us like taken down too hard, but I want to play some Kiss stuff. Just like, because we're all here, and I feel like it's so much less performative to just go on here and celebrate the legend that is Ace Frehley while we try to figure this out, instead of like making it heavy-handed. Like, that's not rock and roll, man. Rock and roll is all about just enjoying life for what it is. So we're going to keep looking at updates, but I don't want to make this a heavy, dark thing. I want to make this a celebratory thing of a dude who lived a colossal life. You understand me? And I know he's still here, and I'm not trying to eulogize him in advance. You know, what I'm trying to tell you is this. No matter what happens here, no matter what the outcome is, it's still a celebration of life. It's still a celebration of a guy who's given a lot. But god damn it, dude. Ozzy and now this? You guys are trying to make me lose it, man. I know the metalheads are feeling this one. I know the metalheads, and again, nothing's confirmed yet, but it's just, this is horrible, dude. This is the stuff that you never want to think about. So let's go ahead and play some videos. I want to find this one video. You guys remember that video called Gene Spits the Dummy? What the hell does that even mean? But it's the one where they're fucking around on stage. Kiss jamming and Gene Spits the Dummy. What the fuck? Is that an Australian thing? This is such a cool video, though. We're going down the rabbit hole, guys. Gene Spits the Dummy. Winter, say hi to the chat. It's my favorite Kiss song, by the way. Oh, this cat is crazy. That's my favorite Kiss song, Parasite. Drop your favorite Kiss song in the chat right now, by the way. Okay. Chill. Calm down. Chill. This cat's crazy. Don't even get me going on this cat. But yeah, that was always my #1 track. Best solo. Best everything. But I think Gene gets mad in this video because Ace keeps trying to control what songs he plays. Back in the New York groove. You see, Gene's pissed. He's like, man, you keep picking the songs. Uh-oh. guys, I mean, we're going to watch this video and then we're going to get back to the updates because, I mean, I'm seeing stuff in the chat. We just really need an official confirmation right now. People are messaging me too, so I got to make sure it's not a source. Let me see if... I don't know if I can share this message, so I'm not going to share it right away. Let me just read it first. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Basically, I'm not going to share the message I just got, just in case the source is tuning in. But basically, everybody's on the same page right now. Really, all that we know is what we're seeing on TMZ being reported at this moment. Apparently, the inner circle is not speaking further than that. So even people who are in with the inner circle are not hearing further reports about Ace Frehley. The current report is that the Kiss legend, the founding legend of Kiss, is currently on life support. This was after a fall that he had from slipping or something happening in the studio, which caused him to cancel tour dates. But from the fall, he actually suffered a brain bleed, a detail that has not come out until now. So again, we didn't know this when Ace first fell. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, when he first had his accident, we didn't know that he even had a brain bleed. We heard that he had a fall. We didn't even hear actually that he hit his head. I mean, we can go pull up, let's go pull up the official statement, which was actually on Ace's social media, so we can read what it said. It did not mention a brain bleed. So here are the statements in chronological order that Ace put up. So the first one was, we read this one earlier. Dear Rock Soldiers, Ace had a minor fall in his studio, resulting in a trip to the hospital. He is fine, but against his wishes, doctors insist that he refrain from travel at this time. So he canceled one show. The next message that came through from his official page was this one. A cryptic message. Due to some ongoing medical issues, Ace has made the difficult decision to cancel the remainder of his 2025 show dates. So here's still, again, no context as to what happened, no context about anything. Just ongoing medical issues. So again, people, I mean, for me, speaking for myself, I assumed he probably just fell. You know, he who knows? I figured he probably was just recuperating. Because again, he's not a young guy. So I didn't expect him to recover in 5 minutes from a fall. I figured if he hurt his hip, if he hurt his back, he could easily be out of commission for months at a time. So that, to me, is what I expected. But still no mention of head trauma. Definitely no mention of a brain bleed. So that was the next message that came out. And still no official word from Ace Frehley's Facebook account. No official word from anybody in the Ace Frehley camp. A lot of quiet people, but again, we did get the post from Maynard James Keenan, which basically said, rest in peace to Ace. We've seen other people posting as well, saying, you know, basically that Ace passed away. But it has been mentioned also that people might be misunderstanding what those posts mean. People are saying Godspeed. People are saying, you know, thank you for everything. I feel like the thank you for everything is pretty clear, but when you're saying Godspeed, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's passed away. Let's watch some more. shout out to Glenn in the chat. Tales of a Kiss Geek. Glenn, if you want to call in, we'd love to have your perspective, man. Let me know. You know that girl? She wants the moonlight. No one really knows. Enchanted starlight. Never going home. I'm gonna see.
What does the Ace Frehley Band want to do next?
I hit you on Facebook, Glenn. But see, Gene goes, what does the Ace Frehley Band want to do next? Like, why does it piss him off that Ace wants to pick a song? Why does he not like that? Ace can't pick a song?
What does the Ace Frehley Band want to do next?
Rocket Ride, Gene. Fuck you. That's what the fuck I want to play. And Eric loves it. Eric's laughing behind the drum kit.
Okay, you've had enough of that. Let's,
Paul's like, let's stop the fist fight that's about to happen on stage. That's great. So we're gonna take a caller. Well, let's see if I can get him on the line. Yeah, he needs a minute. See what they were gonna play, Mr. Speed. Shout out Nathaniel. They're gonna sue my ass off for this stream. Speed. Okay. All right, guys. So for anybody just joining, we just got to make it abundantly clear. We are reporting that Ace Frehley is still alive, but it has been confirmed that he's currently on life support at the moment after suffering a brain bleed from a fall. We do have a caller calling in. Let's see if we can get him on the line here. Let's see if we got him. Live and direct, folks. That was Eric Singer on the drums. Mr. Glenn.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. What's happening, brother?
Hey, what's up? I don't know if you can see me.
I can see you. The audience can't. Here, I'll let them take a look at you if you want to wave. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Tales of a Kiss Geek YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me, man. I just wanted to get your first reaction on this, and see how you're feeling right now, given the news.
It's very strange. It's the kind of thing I don't know about you. I've been watching since the start of this, by the way. But since you started streaming, but I don't know. It's the kind of thing that I feel like for a long time we've been expecting, because nobody's immortal. But then when it happens, it's like, oh, now it's real.
Right. 100%. So it just sort of sinks in at a time like this. Now, what's the latest that you've been hearing about what's happening with Ace? I know you were just posting in the chat that there's some statements that people are hearing personally from other people they know that Ace has passed.
I just know what everybody else knows about life support. What I did see, though, refreshing Facebook, was Ace's, so people who know the members of Ace's band, his former guitar player that now plays with Accept, Jeremy, he's updated his profile picture and his cover photo to just be black. Like 20 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So basically blacking out the page, leading people to believe that is, because Ace may not be with us.
Yeah, it seems to allude to something of the sort.
Wow. Now, what do you make of all the conflicting reports about, he may be alive, he may not be alive? How does that make you feel as a fan, trying to figure out what's going on?
It's going to happen to all of us. I'm not, what? I've yet to kind of see it through a fan's perspective. It's kind of making me realize myself, oh my God, it's going to happen to all of us. It's one of those, but obviously as a fan, like, I don't know if you were thinking kind of in this realm, but next month, I believe, or in 2 months, the original four are meant to accept the award. Right. And that most likely was going to be their last appearance as the original four, which is never going to happen now if everything, becomes true.
Yeah, so you're really thinking of it more in a realistic sense, which is funny because I kind of felt the same way when Ozzy passed. Like, I felt less of a death of a music icon, but it was more like we really never know when our last day could be. And I hate to make it so heavy-handed, but it's hard not to when this is what we're talking about. So you kind of felt the same way.
Yeah, entirely.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Now, do you feel like it's irresponsible for the people who are reporting that this has happened, even Maynard James Keenan posting cryptic messages? Do you think that's irresponsible, or do you think they're entitled to it, based on how close they are to Ace and the situation?
I agree with you in the sense that you said something that, in my opinion, you knocked it on the head. If you're gonna, and you mentioned a name, which I won't name, but if you're gonna post something, where's the source? Like, post something and then, okay, here's how I know it. And if you can't give that information, then it's because it's not ready to be told, in my opinion.
100%. So, I mean, I'm seeing right now that there's different updates happening, different confirmations potentially happening, so I'm going to take a look into it now. But ultimately, let's say that the worst happens. What are your thoughts on Ace just in general and how he's impacted you? And even if not, I mean, you could share, if you could share it.
Well, I got into Kiss, like, me and you were a similar age. I believe I'm 29. How about yourself?
I'm 26.
Right, you're 26. So I got into Kiss. So you're over in Canada, I believe, yeah?
Not at the moment, but I was, yes.
You're from Canada, right?
Correct, yeah.
Right, I'm from Ireland, for those that can't tell.
There you go.
But
would have never guessed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But Kiss were never big over here, so I'm like, dare I say, I'm probably the biggest Kiss fan in Ireland, But Kiss has had, like, on a whole, Kiss has had such a big impact on my life. I grew up with my family's music getting me into rock and music and all of that.
but Kiss have been my band that I discovered on my own, you know. So of course it's going to take its toll when it's something so close to home. You know, there's 10 members that have been in the band, and since I've been a fan since 2007, 2008, this is the first family member that's, you know, potentially, and I don't even want to finish the sentence, but you know where I'm going with it.
Exactly. No, I feel the same way, man. It's hard to even talk about it in those terms, especially when there's so much speculation going on. But, you know, I think the best thing we can do is just hope for the best. And, you know, like I say, I appreciate you calling in. Where can people find your YouTube channel?
I don't even think it's right to plug my channel at the minute, and I'm not.
Fair enough.
Well, come here. I want to stress to everybody, I'm not calling in to plug. But look,
I hear you.
You know what I mean.
And that's just my reflex as a host. I always, you know, that's my, you know, I probably in my sleep I would offer someone, where can they find you? But I do think that's an appropriate sentiment there. We're just here to obviously talk about Ace. But Glenn, thank you for making the time, man, to call in, and you know, hopefully you'll be in the chat later on, and let's figure out what's happening here, man. But obviously sending big thoughts and prayers to Ace.
Absolutely, and to be honest, I hope not to be in the chat. I hope that very soon we get Cassius made this live for no reason, and now we hit end. But you know,
I love that.
Let's wait and see. And everybody, I like the whole let's send positive vibes to Ace, regardless of religion or whether you believe, whatever side you're on. We're all pulling in the right direction.
I completely agree. Glenn, thank you so much, brother. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, Cassius. Same to you. Take care.
Awesome guy calling in from Ireland. Shout out to Glenn. I appreciate that. I appreciate, you know, the fact that nobody even wants to plug. And again, I'm not looking to plug. That's not my goal. Oh, man. Come on, bro. I don't know what to say, guys. God damn, we just got confirmation here live on the air. It's not letting me see the article, but Billboard and Rolling Stone have now reported that Ace Frehley has passed away at the age of 74. Wow, so the family has released a statement, guys. We're going to go ahead and pull up the statement. I'm completely in shock, to be honest with you. Catching the full, real, raw reaction, guys. And you know, again, this is pure live. You guys have seen me from the second that I jumped on up until this moment. So this is me figuring it out at the same time as you. So it says his family shared the news through a statement. The statement is not on his Facebook. I'm going to see if it was potentially on his Instagram that they posted the statement. I can't find the statement, but Billboard reports there is a statement. I'm shaking, man. Honestly, I'm completely in shock. I feel like I can't even read it. That's crazy. It says, we are completely devastated and heartbroken. In his last moments, we were fortunate enough to have been able to surround him with loving, caring, peaceful words, thoughts, prayers, and intentions as he left this earth. We cherish all of his finest memories, his laughter, and celebrate his strengths and kindness that he bestowed upon others. The magnitude of his passing is of epic proportions and beyond comprehension, reflecting on all of his incredible life achievements, and Ace's memory will continue to live forever. That is reportedly the official statement from Ace's family. TMZ is not reporting this yet. This is breaking news coming from Billboard and Rolling Stone, who do confirm that Ace Frehley has passed away. Well, you know what, man? I'm completely in shock. I really, really am. The way that this progressed, this was not something I was expecting today. And I gotta be honest, man. It's hard to figure out exactly the words at this exact second. What I will say is that Ace was exactly who he thought he was. You know, that's what I'll say about Ace. Everything he wanted to experience in this world, he was able to. Every dream he ever had, he lived it. Every invention he wanted to make, he invented it, from the smoking guitar to different studio advancements. Whatever Ace saw in his mind, no matter how crazy his life was at the time, he saw a way to see it through and to make his vision a reality. And he did it at the highest level, while also being generally good to people, while generally being really, really good to people. And he was a good guy. He wasn't a perfect guy, but he never claimed to be a perfect guy. Ace was a real guy. That's who Ace Frehley was. He was a real person. He was a person just like you and me, who happened to play some kick-ass rock and roll songs. And he made it big. You know, a kid from New York who made it big. I know Gene and Paul always try to play the kid from New York angle, and they are too, of course, but you really feel it with Ace. You know, he wasn't the business mastermind. He was just naturally talented. He was a really talented guy. And he did it big, man. He went out there and he did it on his own terms. Like a bad motherfucker. So that's all you can really say about Ace, man. He did it his way. He did it on his terms. And yeah, I don't even know what to say, guys. To be completely honest with you, I'm just completely blown away. It does feel surreal. I'm reading the chat now. You know, it does feel surreal, Adam. For anybody just joining, we just got the news live that Ace Frehley has passed away at the age of 74 after suffering a fall causing a brain bleed. It's crazy, man. You know, we were just talking about head injuries on the stream yesterday. Head injuries are no joke, and people really underestimate what it can do. But especially for an older person, man, it's really, really no joke. We didn't know that Ace hit his head when it was first announced. I mean, what can a person say, man? What can a person say? It's, you know, I hate to be silent here on the air, but this is just a real raw moment, guys. We're really in it together. It's really hard to sort of wrap your mind around it. You know, you don't think it's going to happen to these guys who you view as like a superhero. And I know, again, to the people who don't understand the relationship between band and, you know, their followers throughout the years, they'll never get that. But, you know, when you view somebody in that light, it's hard. It is a shocking thing when all of a sudden they're gone. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys. You know, for being there for me. I'm seeing, you know, thanks for this live. I'm seeing your reaction is our reaction. 100%. You lost your father last year to a head injury. There you go, Jason. So that's the thing. This is something that can touch all of us. But Ace was a good guy. Ace, you know, I had some pretty cool moments with Ace. I got the chance to talk with him a couple of times. We made some breaking news together. And again, this is just me sharing my personal anecdotes with Ace. But anytime I even got to speak with him, and we had a few conversations throughout the years, but I just really always admired the fact that he was genuinely interested in talking to you. You know, he didn't sound, when you would talk with Ace, and other people who've met him could probably tell you that, he didn't sound like he was bored of talking about Kiss, or like he's had this conversation 1,000 times, which he probably has with all the topics that we bring up to him, you know, as fans. What'd you really think about music from the Elder? And, you know, what'd you think about this? What'd you think about that? He's talked about this a lot, but the one thing that Ace would really have, at least in my experience, is like he would show genuine interest in talking to a new person and a new person's perspective about what, you know, he's done in his career. He always was showing genuine interest to a person when he's talking to them. He made you feel like he cared what you had to say. And it was like, don't, you know, yes, I'm that guy from that band with the funny faces, and yes, we're larger than life, and yes, all of this is true, but at the same time, I'm just a regular guy, and like we can just sit down and chat like I'm a regular guy. That's the one thing I've always valued about Kiss, man. In general, they, even though they're larger than life, they always would sit down with their fans, and I will say no band has ever made as much time for their fans as Kiss. Like, there's not a single band on this planet that you guys can compare that is as good to their fans and spends as much time doing things for their fans and with their fans as Kiss does. There's no other band. So these guys are, you know, they've made a lot of dreams come true. They've done a lot of things for a lot of people that they didn't have to. And yeah, that's really the way I'll remember him. Just a legendary guy. Let me see if I can. I don't know if it's too soon. I don't know if it's too soon to call this guy back, but we'll see. Try to get another call on. I don't know if
What's happening, my brother?
I don't know if it's too soon to call back or what's going on.
No, you can always call back. I don't have my headphones on right now, but you can always call back.
So I'm assuming you saw the update.
Yeah, dude, I literally had to stop the record from spinning as we were talking here. I've been watching your show, watching it develop, and part of me, I was setting up the drum kit when I first called. I was going to practice tonight, and part of me felt I needed to wait off to really see where this goes, and I'm glad we're all in it together, but it really, really hits hard.
What's your reaction right now, man?
Well, I was just typing out, just thinking it, and you got to think, even if you didn't like Kiss, there's several lifetimes of generations of players, and still continuing to this day, that people are influenced by the work that he's done. And you can't take that away from him, even if you're not a fan of the songs. Maybe you're not a fan of the success or the accomplishments they've had, but nonetheless, you think this man literally rocked every second of his life. He was a rock star the entire time. Like, we didn't even know that this was going on until they posted about it, and now it's all become so real. So we really have to honor that and look at it not as did I like the music, but look at what the man did.
Such a great point, man. And as you're saying it, you know, it really is painting the picture for me. And this is becoming so much more real for me. I mean, obviously everybody saw me get the initial news, but I mean, it's really sinking in. But you're right. I mean, the level of impact, and I feel like a lot of people underestimate the level of impact that Ace has had. And I bet you anything, watch the next couple of weeks. I think people are going to, and it's really sad that this is what happens when somebody passes away, but it's almost like it wakes people up as to what your impact was. And that to me is brutal. It breaks my friggin' heart, because I feel like we should give people their flowers while they're here. That's always been my thing. But
100%.
you know,
We got lucky with the Ozzy thing there, where we were able to really show Ozzy how much he meant to us. This and many other instances for people, no matter if it's a famous person or just someone you're close with, happens all the time. As I said when I got off before, we got to enjoy what we got. And like, if anything, I think we should really pay honor to him. Like, there's no hate in paying honor to him. If anything, we're this close to Halloween. I think everybody should go as Ace for Halloween.
yeah,
You know,
no, for sure.
we're all here with you, man. Like, even being able to sit here over the last couple hours and sit and think about the situation at hand, having your stream here is huge. So thank you for covering it, and thank you for being a positive light while covering it, because so much all you see is blame and acclamation, when that's a lot of information coming at you. But we wanted to be right when the time was right.
Well, thank you, brother, and it means the world that I was here with everybody, and that we all sort of took this in at the same time. It's one hell of a revelation, one hell of a day. But for anybody, there's a lot of people just asking right now. Ace is 100% passed away, guys. Ace Frehley has passed away at the age of 74. It is not. I need to change my title, actually, because I feel like I may be misleading people. I do need to change my title. So we're gonna take the next call. But brother, thank you so much for calling.
Hey man, thank you for being here.
Always, brother. Mr. Hirsch.
Yo, Cassius.
What's happening, brother? You're live.
TMZ is now reporting that Ace Frehley has died at the age of 74. There is a statement from his family saying, "We are completely heartbroken and devastated." It is now official.
Oh my gosh, man. This is so Hirsch, obviously a longtime Kiss fan. I mean, what's your first reaction? Did you think that he was going to pull through? Like, when did you hear about this?
I first heard about this a couple of hours ago. Initially, I saw something from Mitch LaFon. It was pretty cryptic, and fortunately, I have some insiders at my station, and we found out that it was not good. We've been following this for the last few hours, and it is very devastating. Kiss is my all-time favorite band, and my only hope is that he died peacefully.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody has to know, just for context, who's listening, everybody who's calling in, we're talking a long-time Kiss fans for decades here. This goes way back. So, I mean, did you hear initially that he had passed away today, or and I mean, what about the reports that he passed away yesterday and that the family didn't report it?
I didn't hear anything on him passing yesterday. It was all like within a few hours or so that I found out that he passed away. And then we found out that it was life support, and now with the official news that he has passed away, it's at least it didn't seem like it was that unlinear in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But now that major official, we're still actually waiting for a statement from the Associated Press. Once we get that, that's like the clear indication. But many of the major news organizations are reporting, including ABC, Washington Post, Variety, Deadline. They're all reporting that he has passed away.
Now, how are you taking this as a longtime fan?
You know, I'm fortunate that I got the chance to see him twice, in a solo band. I'm fortunate that, I have a few mementos to, remember him by. I've got a few guitar picks and stuff like that. As a Kiss fan, I'm devastated. So, we're going to do our best to remember him, and hopefully, when the Kennedy Center honors, happen in December, the band does a good tribute for him.
Yeah, well, that's the other piece that a lot of people are talking about in the chat. The band was supposed to reunite for the Kennedy Center honors, so I mean, this is going to take a whole other turn now.
It is, and it's right now it's kind of bizarre to think that not even 11, 12 years ago, the band was, actually not even that long ago, Ace was performing with Kiss on the cruise. And my dad recently just saw him a couple of years ago in Long Island, and I saw him in 2019. That was the last time I saw him. And he was still full of life and energy, and still had plenty of years to go. But, unfortunately, life hits you hard, and that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah. Now, how long do you think it's going to take Gene and Paul to make a comment about this? Do you just from your straight news instinct, do you think we'll hear from them today, or do you think it'll probably take some time?
It's hard to tell, considering that Gene has dealt with his own health issues recently. I would probably expect to see something later tonight, if not first thing in the morning.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think we're gonna get that soon. Hirsch, I really appreciate you calling in, man. Obviously this is really sad news for the Kiss community, but we're gonna do our best to honor his legacy, man, and I know they will at the Kennedy Center as well.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Couple callers calling in. So guys, and I appreciate, Nancy, for your comment here in the chat. Thank you for making sure the facts were correct before you put this out, and I appreciate everybody who's been here along the way. For to be consistent across the board, I do have to change the stream title now, because obviously we've got the news that Ace has passed away. It really kills me to do it, but I can't keep a past headline up. We have to make sure that the pinned comment and everything is consistent so people know what's happening. So unfortunately, guys, Ace Frehley passed away at the age of 74. It's, yeah, man, this is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking, guys. I do wonder what's going to happen at the Kennedy Center. I wonder what exactly it's going to look like. I don't know where the family made the statement either. I don't know where they put the statement out. Let me try to double check the Facebook page to see where exactly the statement about Ace Frehley came out. But this is definitely just a horrible thing, man, and this just comes out of nowhere. The family still hasn't posted a statement on their Facebook, so it seems that what they did was probably release a statement to the news. But for anybody who's, not really aware of what's happening or wondering what we're talking about, founding Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has passed away at the age of 74. He had an accident in the studio recently, slipped and hit his head, ended up having a brain bleed. He then deteriorated to being placed on a ventilator. And I guess it sounds like the family may have had to make the decision whether or not to pull the plug when he was on life support. So that's where we stand now, everybody. I see in the chat, believe it or not, Trump has talked about Kiss being a fan. So I'm sure they'll do it right at the Kennedy Center. Well, it's odd that you say that because, that stood out in my mind just because it was my interview with Ace where he said he was a fan. So again, that's neither here nor there, but it did pop out in my mind that, yeah, we did break that story right here on this channel. So, regardless of that, I just hope I don't care who's honoring him. I just hope he's honored well when it comes to the Kennedy Center. What else to add, guys? I don't know what else to add. I really don't. I'm bummed out. I'm really, really bummed out. This is so... You know, this is just a fucking bummer, man. The guy was a goddamn legend. And for all the stuff they said about Ace, all the people who tried to talk shit about Ace or say, you know, negative things about him, for every ridiculous story they told about Ace, it just made me like him more. You know what I mean? Like, they tried to tell stories about Ace, like Ace would miss the flight or he was partying till 4 a.m. All those stories, that made me like Ace more. That made me more into Ace. Like, dude, that's why I rocked with it. So that's really all we can say, guys. A lot of touching tributes pouring in across the internet now. We are going to keep our eye out for Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. See if they have any statements to make. Eddie Trunk has now officially made a statement here on the passing of Ace Frehley. He says, "It has now been officially confirmed and released by the family that my friend of 40 years, Ace Frehley, has passed away. This is beyond words for me on many levels. My condolences to Jeanette, Monique, and all the fellow fans. I will air a special tribute to Ace tonight on Sirius XM. I will return live to the radio tomorrow at a special start time of 2 p.m. to remember Ace for a 3-hour show on 103 or the app. Rest in peace, my brother. I am crushed." That is the statement here from Eddie Trunk. Of course, sharing some photos of him and Ace as well throughout the years. Yeah, dude, this is, what a bummer, man. It's just terrible. At least, you know, I'm at least glad that they got to reunite for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm glad that, you know, Paul and Gene were on good terms. Like, you know, at least they got to reconcile and they didn't end during the mudslinging. You know what I mean? The mudslinging, the back and forth, all that fighting that they did in like the mid-2010s. All that was a terrible time. You know, I'm glad that at least the original members got to like be friends again before something like this happened. But the other thing we have to really look at too is that this is the first original Kiss member to pass away. Like, this is a big deal. This is the first original Kiss member to pass away. It is... Again, I could just sit here, guys. I really could. That's hard to swallow, man. We're going to take a look at a couple more things here. We'll see what Reddit has to say. Reddit is obviously freaking out. He inspired me to pick up a guitar. What a sad day. Rest in peace, Ace. It finally happened. One of the four has passed away, says this guy. Someone says Paul will be backtracking statements. You're a savage for saying that. Come on, bro. That's hilarious. I mean, they all said nasty shit about each other, man, but at this point, it's all water under the bridge. You know, all I know is that they have been on good terms for some time. That's all I know about that situation. I see in the chat, that poster was on my wall at age 17. I think I know which poster you're talking about. Yeah, man. I guess let's just watch one more video, dude. If there's anything we can do, we can watch an Ace video. And try to make sense of what we're hearing here. you know, that's really all I feel like we can do. And after that, you know, we'll try to find some more details. Let's see, Kiss, New York Groove. I want to watch the Brooklyn Bridge one. They'll probably take me off YouTube for this, but guess what? Take me down. You can take me down. Out of respect. Out of respect. Stand up, motherfuckers. Unbelievable.
Many years since I was here on the streets, I was passing my time away. To the left and to the right, buildings towering to the sky, and it's out of sight in the dead of night. Here I am again in the city, with a fistful of dollars, and baby, you better believe back in New York, I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. In the New York groove. In the New York groove.
Man, it's too soon, dude. This is messing me up right now. This is just sad as hell right now.
Wicked lady sitting by my side saying, where are we? Just off the 3rd and 43, exiting the night. It's gonna be ecstasy. This place is meant for me. I feel so good tonight. Who cares about tomorrow? So baby, you better believe I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. I'm back in the New York groove. Back in the New York groove. In the New York groove.
Crazy. Nah, man. I'm still in shock, guys, honestly. There's no way. There's no way. I'm completely shocked right now. I really don't think anybody will ever see me speechless like this on a stream ever again. Like this one I didn't expect. This one I did not expect, you guys. Like, what the hell? My boy texted me saying, are you good? Bro, I'm not good. I'm not good. What do you mean, am I good? What do you mean, breathe, breathe? Don't tell me to breathe. Don't tell me to breathe. What do you mean, breathe? That's me tonight. This is me tonight. This is the mood for the night. Bring me a shot of cold gin. Don't tell me to breathe. So that's it, you guys. Yeah, Variety reports it. Wikipedia, I believe, has been updated. Actually, no, it hasn't. What I want to know is what the statement is going to be from Paul, what the statement is going to be from Gene. I mean, I'm sure they need a minute to digest this. But, you know, any kind of statement right now, I think would help out the people all across the world who are fans, who are trying to make sense of this right now. Even if their managers put it up. I mean, a nice statement would be good. Peter Criss doesn't really have social media. So I don't think that he's going to be making a statement. And again, I've tried to reach Peter on numerous occasions for interviews and stuff like that. Peter Criss is basically unreachable unless you know his wife. If you know his wife personally, you can get to him for a favor or whatever, like if you're trying to, book him or do something, but you're not going to get a comment from Peter on anything if you don't know his wife. So I've tried so many times to get Peter on this show, on my channel. Yeah, so all these articles are popping up now. Kind words from Blackie Lawless. What did Blackie Lawless say? Let's see if we can find some reactions from people, potentially on social media or otherwise. I mean, I'm sort of shocked at the silence from the community, but I do think that it's also very breaking news. Like, a lot of people hadn't even heard about it up until this point. We have a comment here from Mike Portnoy, who's reacting to it. Mike Portnoy says, absolutely gutted to hear of the passing of one of my biggest guitar heroes. Ace Frehley was always the king of cool. He played with such swagger, and you can literally sing every one of his solos from the first 6 Kiss albums. They were so melodic. When I was in elementary school in the 70s, I loved him so much that even though I was a drummer, my nickname at school was Ace. Even a few of my school teachers called me that, says Mike Portnoy. And one of the most cherished memories of my career I'll ever have was getting to play with him at Eddie Trunk's 30th birthday bash back in 2013. My condolences go out to his family, friends, and bandmates. He was surely one of a kind and will always be one of my biggest guitar heroes. That's the statement officially here from Mike Portnoy. Jason Hook has also posted a statement. He says, my heart is broken. I just received a message saying my hero, Ace Frehley, has died. I love you, brother. Thank you for the decades of great music. You are an inspiration to millions. See you on the other side. Tom Morello has reacted to Ace Frehley's passing as well. He says here in a post, my first guitar hero, Ace Frehley, has passed away. The legendary Space Ace Frehley inspired generations to love rock and roll and love pure rock and roll guitar playing. His timeless riffs and solos, the billowing smoke coming from his Les Paul, the rockets shooting from his headstock, his cool spacey onstage wobble, and his unforgettable crazy laugh will be missed, but will never be forgotten. Thank you, Ace, for a lifetime of great music and memories. That's the reaction here officially from Tom Morello on Ace Frehley's passing. David Ellefson of Megadeth made a post as well. He says, absolutely devastating to hear about Ace Frehley's passing. What an icon and what an influence to generations like me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for his groundbreaking guitar work and larger-than-life presence throughout all his years in Kiss. Ace inspired so many of us to pick up a guitar, dream big, and chase the sound that defined rock and roll. Rest easy, Spaceman. My deepest condolences to his family, friends, and fans around the world. For anybody just joining, we are reading reactions from celebrities and people in the metal community to the tragic news that Kiss icon Ace Frehley has passed away at the age of 74 years old after being on life support in hospital. This is the brand new tragic update that we've had, unfortunately, and many people are now weighing in with their reactions on this. Yeah, it's just a nightmare. And see, with something like, the Ozzy situation which just happened, it felt like at least there was closure. Again, there's never a silver lining to somebody passing away. But at least it felt like there was some form of closure with him, that he got to say goodbye to his fans. This one, I think, is hitting differently because we don't feel that. We're just feeling like Ace has suddenly disappeared. I mean, this is just awful. ABC reports here. Let's see what they have to say.
To pass along here, the founding member of KISS has died. In a family statement, Ace's family is saying in part that they are reflecting on all of his incredible life achievements. His memory will continue to live on forever. His career spanned over 50 years. He formed the iconic rock band KISS alongside Peter Criss, Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons in the early 1970s. As lead guitarist, he took on a couple of personas. You might remember Space Ace. Later, there was Spaceman as well. Frehley was inducted into the Hall of Fame, or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, with KISS in 2014. He was only 74 years old. Again, word that Ace Frehley has passed away today.
God damn. This is bullshit. Like, I'm pissed, man. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Andy Black, I guess he goes by, or Andy Biersack, has reacted as well. Andy Biersack says, incredibly sad to see reports of the passing of Ace Frehley, a founding member of what I believe is the most important American rock and roll band of all time. I completely agree. While I did not know him personally, he and the band have been a part of my life since my earliest memories. The impact KISS has had on me is immeasurable. None of what I do exists without them, and generations of guitar players would have never picked up the instrument if it were not for his signature style and swagger. Ace is one of a kind and a rock icon in every conceivable sense of the term. Rest in peace to Space Ace. That was Andy Biersack, formerly of Black Veil Brides. Thank you, brother. Thank you for saying to subscribe and like. I appreciate you guys being there. Everybody's posting their tributes now. The Kennedy Center Honors is posted as well. They say the Kennedy Center is saddened to hear of the passing of one of this year's Kennedy Center honorees, Ace Frehley of the band KISS. We send our deepest condolences to his friends, his family, and millions of fans worldwide. We will be paying tribute to this rock soldier, his work, and his legacy at our ceremony in December. So breaking news here on the story, guys, with Ace Frehley. The Kennedy Center will be honoring Ace Frehley live and direct at the upcoming ceremony. I mean, obviously this was pretty much expected, but it's good to see it confirmed. It's really good to see it confirmed. May have had a tip here, so let me just go ahead and respond. Let's see if there's any other relevant... Oh, man, they keep posting Tommy Thayer, dude. This is ridiculous. Stop posting Tommy Thayer, man. Get it right. Brett Michaels has just posted about Ace as well. He says, Ace, my brother, I surely cannot thank you enough for the years of great music, the many festivals we've done together, and your lead guitar on Nothing But a Good Time. All my love and respect from my family and myself. May you rest in peace. That is Brett Michaels. What a disgrace, man. Ace Frehley, the Space Ace, taken away. I don't want to sit and make this a miserable stream here. Let's look at a little bit more video just to honor the man. On principle, you understand me? This is on principle, everybody. Let's take a look. Guys, ready? Let's go. Legend. Legend. The man himself, legendary, so legendary, will always be remembered as such. There's one more I wanted to look at too really quick. Out of respect.
And cue.
No, come here, come here.
Action!
Turn around. Look, it's rock and roll.
And cue.
No, come here, come here.
Action!
Turn around. Look, it's rock and roll.
I love that. Let me see. Eric Carr first interview.
Two.
You're supposed to say
I'd like to
introduce you.
See, you guys don't know the lines. Wake up. Wake up.
Okay.
Right, do it again.
Hello, Australia. This is Gene Simmons of KISS, and I'd like to introduce you to
Paul Stanley of KISS, who wants to introduce you to Ace Frehley of KISS. What's the name of the new drummer?
All right, I think his name is.
His name is.
His name is.
Hey,
Oh, wait a minute! I remember. His name is Eric Carr, and he's incredible.
Now get at it.
Get at it.
Let's do it.
Take 456. Action! Hello, Australia. This is Gene Simmons of KISS, and I'd like to introduce you to
Paul Stanley of KISS, who's going to introduce you to Ace Frehley of KISS, who's going to introduce you to
Ace Frehley of KISS. This is Eric Carr.
Okay.
Good. All right.
And bro, they seem like such a good time at this point. Like, imagine having Ace Frehley in his prime as your drinking buddy. Dude is like bona fide legend when it comes to being a guitar player, but imagine this guy as a drinking bud.
This is Eric Carr.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Okay.
and cue.
No, come here, come here.
Action!
Turn around. Look, it's rock and roll.
Okay, now newest member, Eric Carr.
Eric Carr.
Yeah. Let's have a hand for him.
Little hand. Eric, how frightening is it to first of all have to audition to be the fourth member of KISS? Seriously.
Well,
when you have to face these guys, especially Ace.
Tell us the line that you were going to come on.
What did I rehearse? No, actually, I was really quite positive about the whole thing, and I was really excited. I just went in there, and I knew I was going to do my best, and I really relaxed. The guys were really great to me. They really were.
And he was great to us. We gave him milk,
Don't say milk and cookies. And a little dog food.
Eric was so good. I mean, for the first week, though, he did have to wear diapers.
He was wearing diapers.
That's true, too.
That's true. Other than that, he did pretty good. Look, it's rock and roll.
Wow, man. So many memories when I watch that footage. It's unbelievable. Look, all I can say is this, guys. I'm glad that I got to be along for the ride and got to, experience the fun life that was Ace Frehley's. It was incredible to watch him go through life on his own terms. I'm really thrilled that I got to interview him, that I actually had the chance to talk with him and that we got to have that, documented. It kind of blows my mind at the same time that he's no longer with us. I mean, the whole thing is just unbelievable and quite unexpected. But if there's one takeaway from it, just appreciate people while they're here. If there's somebody that you, and again, not to make it overly heavy-handed, but it's true. If there's somebody that you want to call, just call them. You know what I mean? Like, if there's something you want to say to someone, just say it. Because seriously, like, life is fragile. You never know what's going to happen next. So that's really all I can say. We're going to probably do another stream about this at some point, speaking on Ace. I think this is not a story that's going to go away quietly, and nor should it. This is a story that we're going to keep hearing about, I think, for the next days to come or weeks to come. Huge loss, monumental loss. For the rock and metal community. Really big loss. Really, really big. One of the biggest. But ultimately, he's going to be remembered for being a true individual. Ace is going to be remembered for being one of the best at being himself. He was an absolute legend. And like I say, I applaud anybody who does it on their terms. He said, forget the guitar lessons, forget business classes, forget all this stuff. We're going to do it on our terms, our way, rock and roll style. And that to me is the essence of rock and roll. So we're going to do another stream about this coming up. Make sure to subscribe to follow it. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Timothy, R.A., Jeff, Megalodon, Papa Dode. I could read usernames all night. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. We're going to see where this story develops tomorrow. Rest in peace to Ace Frehley.